What up, peeps? We are back, and we were so mesmerized by that Alpha Combat trailer footage. You know, the jabs, the body shots, all of the animations that were on display, that many of us probably quickly overlooked the screenshots for the promoter, all the negotiations, and even though this is early, I wanted to kind of break this down. Now, I want to start off with a disclaimer. These are alpha screens. None of this is finalized. Matter of fact, they're very early. Just gonna walk through these, we can formulate an opinion together, and just share some thoughts and opinions in general. I don't want anyone to get it twisted. Talking about Prince Digital said this is how the currency works. This is confirmed. No, this is all this is all early. So let's get into it. So now, in the video, the dev stated that this is the promoter screen that we're looking at right here. This is going to be very important, and this is an early screen menu that they put together. It's really clean. I want to appreciate how clean this looks so far. And if you look over to the right, it looks like you could slide through. We see Lee Eaton, Joe DeGuardia, other promoters that you could sign with. You can kind of slide and shuffle through each promoter and look at their bonuses, their positives and their negatives. So it looks like each promoter so far is going to have tiers. So it looks like Lou is a tier 5 promoter. As you can see, Lou has negotiating skills. He's going to give you plus 7%, plus 11% financial benefit, plus 9% in the rankings, social, plus 10. All this stuff is going to be very important. And that's the devs kind of emphasized that. They said that depending on your promoter, you may not get a title shot right away. You may want somebody who can negotiate that to get you in line for that title shot, at least get you in line because you know these rankings are going to be important and you want to put yourself in line to get to that title shot. Social is going to be more, it sounds like popularity. So you want to have your social up. Social may be one of those things that factors into you getting a title shot. It may be like, we don't know who he is. You're not getting a shot. So you want to balance this stuff out. You want to get ranked, get your popularity up, but then you want to make money because you got to hire your team. So it's like, you have to really balance it out. Like, what is more important, making money, building up your bankroll, or getting ranked so you can get that title shot, or your popularity? These elements are so awesome. Can't wait to see how these all play out when we get more details. So when I scroll up top, it looks like there's an overall rating right here. It says 35, and you can see this XP bar is almost halfway full, so you're getting some XP. This could be your fighter rating or your personal rating, who knows? Just acknowledging that this exists. There's some calendar items on here. I'm not even going to try to guess what those are, but they exist. There's an icon here with, it's 58,000. It's some type of currency. Is that your money? Possibly. I really don't know without having any type of tooltip. Looks like it, but not sure. I did kind of figure out that this icon here represents social, and social may be represented in points. And when we look at the next screen, we can kind of piece this all together. Over here, not sure what this is, 22 out of 50. What could that be? That's another thing. More details, we need to get more information. You have this item right here that has a number 3 on it. This could represent some type of rating as well, whether player, whether fighter, who knows? But I like how this is all laid out. It looks real clean. Can't wait to see what these tooltips are as we dig in deeper into this promoter feature in ESBC. Now we're switching to this menu, which they stated is the negotiation screen. This looks really clean too. And as we kind of break this down, the first thing that jumps out at me is fight purse. Looks like you can negotiate all this. As a slider, looks like 0% to 100%. Give me 100% of my purse. I mean, crazy negotiation. I'm curious if this will be a slider where just kind of negotiate and say, hey, I like to claim 60%, or kind of throw a figure in there that's reasonable, that will actually land you the fight maybe. They stated that this is where you could select whether you could fight home or away. in this fight location section. And this is cool too, because we know that Empire Pro Tape, their brand is in the game. It looks like there's an Empire Fight camp, so they may have a gym, a stadium, who knows, but it looks like it could be branded that Empire brand. That'll be really dope. Now this tripped me out right here in training weeks, and at first when I looked at it, I was like, hold on, I only get 3 weeks to train. But but then when you look over here, I see it goes from 3 to 8 weeks. You can negotiate that as well. I'm sure there's going to be some instances where they only offer you 3 weeks to train. That's going to be crazy. How do you balance that out? Do you accept that fight? Do you decline that fight? I like these real life scenarios that they're bringing to ESBC. Another thing they did speak about is the injury insurance, which is pretty cool. And this is for you or the opponent gets injured. So we don't know how this impacts the gameplay. Is it, say you're training for a fight, your opponent gets injured or you get injured, you could push that fight back. Don't lose any finances by having this insurance. It's cool that they have this feature. And of course, you gotta have the rematch clause. Yes, rematch clauses are awesome. You get those trilogies going, back-to-back matchups. That's really good. I'm interested in that rematch clause. If a lot of games, especially fight games in the past, you rematch, it's pretty much immediate. Will they have an option where, say you could rematch in a fight, get like a fight in between and then do a rematch? Now that would be really nice too. They got weight limit down here. It looks like 141 pounds to 147. It's right around the welterweight limit. And is there going to be catch weights in the game? Like I'm coming in at 143. Who knows? Is there going to be any penalty? This information over here is very interesting as well, because this says fight promotion. And actually, when I look up top here, I believe these two icons are the same, this fight promotion and this currency that's listed here. So I'm going to assume that this is indeed your finance. This is how much money you have. I'm rolling with that. Let's roll with that. So it looks like $4,000 for the promotion. What does that do for you? What's $4,000 going to do for you? Is it going to promote your fight on social media? Is it going to go to build your popularity in the game? Can't wait to see the different scenarios and the things that you can actually put your promotion into. Make your dollars work for you to try to make you more popular. Here we go, the finances deduction. So staff cost, it looks like $10,000. Injury insurance, $10,000. Rematch clause, $10,000. That's $30,000 right there. You may be like, I don't want a rematch clause. I'm going to win. I don't need injury insurance. I'm not going to get hurt. Boom, twist your ankle. You know, there's some crazy things it sounds like that could happen. It sounds like you really need to be in a good financial space first before you could start paying into the rematch clauses, injury insurance, and getting a good staff. And speaking of your total purse, this is cool too, because you have your potential winnings and you have your guarantee. Yes, show me my guarantee money. What's my guarantee for this fight? Looks like it's $10,000. How do I maximize my purse? It shows $20,000. Looking at this, oh man, really good stuff here. So if you win, you get, it looks like these social gain points. You're guaranteed to get 500 because you're fighting. But if you win, it sounds like you're going to get more of a bonus because, you know, if you win, you're going to get popular. And it looks like your social gain goes up. What do these points do? Can you spend these points? If you could spend them, what can you spend them on? And finally, this success rate for the negotiation, and your negotiations will fall through, boy. Oh man, I'd be crying. It's really cool that they have this. So it looks like 75% success rate, chance to negotiate. All this might be dependent on your promoter. So want to make sure you get a good promoter, sit down, hash out all the details, and try to have a good package so it goes through. I mean, you don't want your whole negotiation just to fall apart. But I love these elements in here. It's really nice. A matter of fact, I think in that Alpha Combat trailer, they did state whether you're ranked higher or lower than your opponent. If you're ranked lower, the less of a chance that the negotiation will be successful. When you're high in the ranks, so you're higher than your opponent, it sounds like you're going to get boosted up there to a higher success rate. Now, this menu is very interesting. They said this is your opponent's statistics screen. As you can see here, my opponent is Sergio Martinez. Everything that I could see and learn about Sergio is all dependent on your coach. That's so crazy because like right now I could see Sergio's health, 89, health regen, 91, health recovery, 90, stamina, 92, stamina regen, 90, stamina recovery, 91. So I could see these stats as pretty good stamina, pretty good health regen, but your coach determines what you see. So right now, whoever my coach is, this is all I can see. It looks like if you look at these sections below, they're locked. You need a tier 3 coach or higher to see this item, tier 9 coach for this, tier 5 coach to see this. This is really cool. You want to get a good coach so your coach can dissect your opponent, give you tips, let you know exactly who you're facing. This is a really interesting element. And way over here, over in this block, you need a tier 10 coach to even see what this is. I don't even know, like it's all the way over here. What rating is this? What information is right here? And this is cool. The coach's comment, I got one comment. He's dangerous when he's hurt. That's all my coach knows. So it's really cool. So just looking at the remainder of the screen, looks like you have fight info, some information down here about the fight. There's also some information up here next to this boxing glove, says 4 weeks. I don't know if that's 4 weeks into the fight, possibly. We're just kind of flowing with it, so. But this is really cool, clean screen. And lastly, we want to look at the Cutman screen. You gotta have a good Cutman. I wonder if you could fight without a Cutman. I'm serious. Hey, and they should allow that too. You just like, I don't need a Cutman. I mean, because you got to pay into it. Jamie Sheldon's going to set you back 10,000. What if you don't have it? I just want to go into the fight, couple fights without one. Hopefully I don't get cut. But it looks like he signed him for 5 fights. This contract break is interesting. Is that you want to break the contract with your Cutman and hire a new one? Not real sure, just thinking. Percentage taken from the fight, so 5%. Looks like Jamie has some bonuses here. I don't know if those are hyphens or negatives. Hard to tell, but 10%, 10%, 10%, 5%. Actually, those are negatives because it looks like Jamie's gonna hook you up with the head damage. It's gonna give you +5 and body. Gonna make sure you're good there now. But the swelling and cut recovery might be a little tricky for Jamie. But love this screen as well. Love everything I see here. So awesome. And alright peeps, that is it. Just taking a look. Like I said, I was too mesmerized by that combat that I had to come back and take a look at these screens and just kind of flow through them a little bit, kind of get familiar on how they're laid out and some of the information that they're giving us. This stuff is early. Probably nowhere near the final product, but it's cool to see where their heads are at, what they're thinking, and I think they're on the right path. Alright peeps, please be sure to like, share, and sub. I will holler at y'all next time. Until next time.